Hello, my name is Aurora Zinder. I'm 80 years old. I left Odessa in 1978 at age of 38 because of anti-Semitic atmosphere in all country that was supported by our government. Jews were 1/3 of the city through almost all its history, and we were always outsiders. You didn't feel that government accept you. They're always implying that Jews were not good citizens. It was painful to leave Russia. Every person is attached to place. They were born and live and have friends and family especially. That was really a horrible time. The worst part was going through custom in Russia before we left. People who worked there, they were kind of hostile, and we left. It was my mom, and it was my husband's grandmother. She was 89 years old, and my sons. When we left, we were allowed to take our personal things with us, but it was certain rules that could change from month to month. Me and my husband, we love books. We couldn't take books that was published before 1946. So I had to leave. My favorite books was works of Pushkin, published in 1946. They opened everything. It was terrible things. I kept a lot of buttons. They took 2 buttons and said that, oh, it looked like diamond. Handwriting was not allowed to bring. So my father's letters from the front didn't pass customs. It's crazy. My father was killed in 1942 at front. He had 3 brothers who all of them were fighting in the army. They survived. And youngest brother, my mom knew him better, so we met him a few times after the war. And one time he gave me this cup and saucer, bigger one, and he made this inscription, and it said from Uncle Volodya. Actually, it's only almost one piece that connected with my father. My mom had 4 brothers and sister. She was the youngest one. Her brother married before revolution to young girl with families. They used to be very rich. And I spent with this family, with my uncle, almost every year, a month or a few weeks, whatever. We were very close. And she had 6 plates. And of course, I like it very much. But later on, when I became interested in Japanese art, I paid more attention. When my aunt died, my uncle sent to me this one plate, and I was able to bring it to America with me because it's memory of my aunt and my uncle. This piece is very dear to me. It reminds me of my childhood, about my aunt who was very nice and kind person, very good cook. It belonged to my family. This belonged to younger sister of my grandmother, my grandaunt. She ran from European part of Russia during revolution. It was pogrom revolution. It was terrible time. Her husband was probably well enough, and they were able to run to Ural Mountains, and they lived there. When war started, we left Odessa, and we stayed there for 4 years. I remember her very well. And that belongs to her. And she gave to my mom later on because she knew that I loved China. I couldn't bring it with us during immigration. They would not allow. We came to America in 1978. New York was not the kindest city in the world, but it was a good city. People were kind, understand our position, and everyone was helped by someone who were Americans already. I was find job this way. Majority of my friends find job. Somebody was willing to help them to get a job. 1979, I find jobs that I worked for 10 years. And it's very strange. It was one girl, her name was Lisa, and her parents were from Poland. She came here to America and she knew Russian, and she visited Russia many times. I didn't know her well, but few months later, she came to me and said, I'm going to Odessa. Would you like me to see anyone in Odessa? I said, yes, I have my mother-in-law. So I gave her very small, present for my mother-in-law. And she came, she knocked to the door. It was almost a little bit more than 1 year since our immigration. And this girl speaks Russian. And she says that I came from your daughter-in-law and her son too, and her grandson. Of course, it was very big emotional situation. And before she left, she gave to her. She said, bring to her. I know she loved it. This is fragile things. And given, my life experience, I know what people do when they have to move from apartment to apartment. All my family, all over in America and in Israel, know where it's located. I have my own collection. If they want to know, they will come and see, enjoy this. This cups and everything, it's very good, very important, but I have connection to them. They remind me of my family, other generation, maybe yes, maybe not. It belongs to history, not to family.